Okay, so this is my video evidence of the supplier providing very poor quality and not as described in listing kind of products. These are some of the ones that have been either refunded to me or I've chosen not to send them off because I know they're going to be refunded. There's a lot more than this, believe me. We've had a lot more refund requests. We're still receiving refund requests. These are just some of the ones that I've chosen for this video evidence. Look here, you can see that this plastic here is very cheap and that's not a problem, but the fact of the matter is that they chose to sell this off to me with one bubble wrap around it, not knowing that this would rip, of course, in the transit. So that's just how am I meant to sell something like that? That's genuinely not my fault. That's the fault on their part for not shipping it correctly. Other things are just the box in general is very flimsy. The top bit here tends to not close properly. The bottom bit here is just like very poorly cut. The plastic here is very, you know, again, another one where it's just simply ripped in transit. And if you look here as well, look, that spinner there, how can that be sold if that's a sharp plastic edge coming off it, when simply the product, you need to put your hand there to be able to spin it. So that's just crazy. So the actual spinners themselves, this is what a spinner should look like, but even this one, look, you see here, there's a sharp bit of metal coming off it, and that's the reason why people do refund, because this can easily cut someone. These are some of the things I've got. So things such as this, which is like, look at the rust in that. Look at the rust within all of the bearings. The funniest thing is that it doesn't spin at all. Like, no matter how you try to think, it just does not spin. You have to churn it. Like, it's because there's no bearing. This is genuinely a manufacturing problem. Other ones simply did not have the side bearings. There's no way I could have possibly taken out these. I'm not even sure how you do that, something like that. But you can see there's obvious rusting in it, whereby when it spins as well, it makes a churny noise. There's no bearings at all on the edges of it. Other ones like this do not have a center bearing, and even inside these ones you can see there's clear rusting that's occurred. So this would, if it's not returned immediately from my customers and given a bad review, which I've received a lot of those, it would be reviewed and returned very soon. Other ones are things such as this. Again, no back bit. Again, clear signs of rusting. Other strange ones like these, where the bearing is not simply aligned. Like if you notice the plane here versus the plane here, when it spins, it's not as fluid. Look, you see how quickly it was. I'm spinning as fast as possible as I can, and still it would just stop right there. And I promised all my customers that it spins for 3 to 4 minutes because that's what the listing advertised. Again, another one where the bearings are not aligned properly. It comes out way too far here and way too skin here, so therefore it spins very strangely because the weight is distributed poorly. I received a lot of spinners from various different manufacturers, and these are by far the worst ones, because things such as this, which do not spin at all, like, how can you sell a spinner that doesn't spin? It's very ridiculous. Other ones such as this, where, look at this. Look how many dents there are on this. And, oh, shock, the back bit is missing. Spins very well, I would have to admit that. But again, it's unsellable simply because of this and this. Other things are things such as this, where this one was one where the side bearing was popping out consistently. As you can see here, it's dented inwards, and therefore it makes the distribution of spin very poor. And regardless, again, the middle bit is missing. Other ones, things such as this, look, the sides have been cut very poorly. It's just an overall very poor spinner. As you can see, there's dents in it, rusting, clear signs inside there. Yeah. Ones like this where the center bit literally detaches from the middle bit, and when you enter it back in again, you can't, and you're left with something like this. So what do you do in that situation? Things such as this, again, this one, if you can feel the way it spins and the churny noise it makes, you can tell that the bearings are not very well made together and it's very unbalanced. As you can see, this part here comes out way too quick, but this bottom bit does not come out at all. It should be equally balanced. Again, another poor spinner, very poorly made, rusting. If you were to spin this, see, just does not spin very well. This one here again, look, this top bit comes out very far, this bottom bit does not. There's clear signs of rusting in between it, very poorly made. Again, and regardless, I wouldn't be able to sell that because there's no box to sell it with, because most of the boxes came like this. Another one where it's just, what's going on there? So yeah, I'm just overall very disappointed in the supply. I've received a lot of spinners and none of them have come in the quantity of this terrible of a batch.